this one it's here. Okay, so is everybody can see the presentation right now? Wonderful. So we had the product and business presentation yesterday, and what we would like to stress for you is that it is important that your customer understands what is your reason why you started taking the product. And after that, he has to understand, or she has to understand, what makes Juice Plus really unique. So you have to make sure by all the information you want to share with your customer that these are just 2 or 3 points that are really important for your customer to understand. So what we are doing is that we always start introducing ourselves, telling them our own story. So just sit down and write it down or tell it to someone else. How did you get to take Juice Plus? And really important, what did change after a while? So for me, for example, it was, as you know, I came across Juice Plus after I've suffered of cancer. And because of my thinking, what can I do to prevent my children of getting sick? You don't have to have this major reason or something like cancer or some dramatic stuff. It can be like with Katerina, for example. We just met and I told her how beneficial it could be to eat more fruits and vegetables, and that was enough for her just to try it. And the most important thing after this is what changed. So Ahmed is here also.
Yes. Hello. Hello, everybody.
Ahmed, I will mute your microphone because we are already recording this. Okay. So for me, for example, I felt that I was just I needed less sleep. My hair was growing faster. My skin is getting better. We don't have this much to do with colds or inflammations or so. Just think about the positive changes that you experience by taking Juice Plus. Okay, and as you know, yeah, we always start with why is eating fruits and vegetables so important for us, and that this is what our ancestors were already doing. And then going over to how important it is to eat as much colorful as possible. And not only because of the vitamins that everybody is talking about, but also about it's important because of the phytonutrients, the enzymes, the minerals, trace elements, and all these ingredients all together build or create a synergy in your body, and it's important for your metabolism to react in a healthy way. So, and this is really important, and that makes the big difference to all the supplements that you can buy in a pharmacy, for example, because these supplements only contain a few vitamins or single trace minerals, for example. But here in fruit and vegetables, you get the whole pack. And this is the major part of Juice Plus. Okay, so what can fruits do for you? And this is what the next slide can tell you. I mean, there are a lot of trials done about the benefits of fruits and vegetables to your health. We know that it supports regeneration. It's good for people if they're doing sport, or for you to get a better concentration, for example, or to reduce systemic inflammation. This is all proven that fruits and vegetables can do that. And for our body, it is important to eat as colorful as possible. We always talk about this rainbow. So you should eat each day all colors of the rainbow regarding fruits and also vegetables. So here come the vegetables. These are just some examples. And if anyone asks you about, okay, who tells me that it's really true, then you can send him a link, for example. It's Herbie, do you know the name of the book of Béliveau in English? Is it, oh, you have to unmute.
Yes,
Oh.
it is called Foods That Fight Cancer.
Okay.
If you go into YouTube and type in the same title, Foods That Fight Cancer, you find tiny video clips of a few seconds, few minutes even, to explain the basic idea behind his ingenious experiment, actually proving that fruits and vegetables in diluted extracts are able to fight cancerous cells very effectively. And this is basically the idea he introduces independently of Juice Plus. He doesn't have anything to do with Juice Plus. I'm sure he knows it. But to tell you a little story, I wrote an email to him once because I was interested in having a picture from his side, so to speak, an autograph, and I wrote an email to him. Dear Professor Béliveau, we're speaking about your book so many times, and would be lovely if I had a picture of you. And he sent me a picture of himself. Like 10 minutes later, coincidentally, he was online and said, yes, it's a lovely idea to talk about cancer prevention. I enjoy what you're doing. So you're a friendly person and a very easy to read book. I can only recommend it.
Yeah, that's true. So, so these studies are all done with the original fruits and vegetables. So, and it is proven that they have this beneficial effects on your muscles, on your brain, on your immune system, so on and so on. And that is why it's so important to really eat natural food. Okay, so, but if you ask your customers or clients that are with you, so can you manage it? Can you actually manage it to eat as much fruits and vegetables as recommended? And it is recommended to eat at least 5 portions each day. 3 of vegetables, 2 of fruits and berries. And it should be at least 1 kilogram of all this fruit and veggies in the different colors. So are you actually doing it each day? And if you look at the numbers out of the trials, you can see that only 10 to 15% of adults actually manage it to eat enough fruit and vegetables. And what's really amazing and a shock for me is that only 96% of the kids can't manage it to eat enough fruits and vegetables. So these are really dramatic numbers. And the good thing is that we have a solution for that. And because fruits and vegetables are so important, we have this really big campaigns all over the world. In Germany, it's the 5 a day campaign, and here, for example, in Australia, it says go for 2 portions of fruit and 5 portions of veggies each day, so it makes 7. Or here in Canada, it's 5 to 10 per day, but yeah, it's hard to manage it. And so if we are talking about solutions, one could go out to a pharmacy and say, okay, I just buy some vitamins and to solve these problems. But the truth is that all the vitamins are just industrial chemicals. And what's really beneficial for our health is that what comes out of the whole fruit and veggies and berries. So that makes the big difference between multivitamin products and our Juice Plus, because Juice Plus is all natural and it does in the body what fruits and vegetables are also doing. So what we are talking about is to bridge the gap between what we should eat and with what we can actually manage to eat. So are there any questions so far? No.
Can you send the presentation to us by email?
Oh, sure, but I think it's also in our Dropbox. I don't know. Are you already invited in our Dropbox, Louise?
I don't think so.
Okay, so we will do that, but I can also send you the presentation directly, but you can also download it from our team Dropbox.
Perfect.
I have also a question.
Sure.
Herbie just told me like the studies are coming up. I know that, but I don't know if these are the studies done about Juice Plus, or are there studies like only for fruits and vegetables, like independent from Juice Plus?
Herbie, do you want to answer?
I didn't quite get the sense of the question, because what I understood was, is there studies? I believe Stefan can correct me if the number is wrong. There is about 4,000 studies, trials, questioning, observations.
This is what I wanted to know.
Yes, concerning.
So there are independent studies about vegetables and fruits.
Yeah.
Yes. Besides Juice Plus, it's 4,000, and it's really big.
Okay.
And one of the most famous ones is the China study. It's a big book. If you like to read big books, go ahead. It's very interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, so, and then we're coming to the how Juice Plus is made. So maybe Herbie, do you want to continue at by this point?
Yes, sure. Thank you. Basically, Juice Plus is a no-brainer. It's really easy to understand. The most ingenious presentation I ever heard about Juice Plus was from Jay Martin himself, the owner of the company. He was standing on stage and asking people, you know, guys, I don't know, what is so complicated? What is it you don't understand? Fruits, vegetables, or capsule? And I thought it was pretty funny, but it was exactly what this thing is. So just follow the path. We have, as you can see my cursor probably, we have fruits, vegetables, and berries, 30 different kinds. And then you just follow the path down the line, which are grown and harvested all over the world for a very special reason. And this, please do remember. If you think about a blueberry, blueberries are home-based, so to speak, since 10,000s of years in northern Scandinavia. So in Finland, it's cold and it's wet and not too much sun, and they would never grow well and with the same concentration of nutrients if you put them into Hawaii or South Africa. It's too warm, it's too hot to dry. And the same thing would happen if you took a tomato or a papaya from southern countries into northern Finland. It wouldn't grow. And that's why the company chose to grow and pick the fruits and vegetables all over the globe, from places where they have been growing since tens of thousands of years. And they take the old sorts, not the sorts you can buy in a supermarket. Tomatoes, for instance, they look like marbles. Every single one looks like the one next door. So no difference there. And that's what they decided to do many years ago, which also delivers us the perspective of having a huge financial background inside of the company. And they do what the company calls family farm growing, meaning they employ families and over many generations would be the best, and have them grow fruits and vegetables under very, very, very strict control, because we as the company representatives need to know, and the customers need to know what's inside of the capsules as an end product. And they grow only special sorts in one place, so everybody is really a specialist in what they do. And the clue is that they pick fruits and vegetables at the ripest stages only. And everybody who has eaten a papaya, mango, or tomato, or blueberry in the country where you find them naturally, like for us in Europe, tomatoes in Italy, you will feel the difference right away. It does taste different. And this taste is the proof to us, to our senses, that it is fully ripe, which means in a biological sense has the full power of protecting our cells in every single one of our cells. And that's why they take so many, many different kinds and sorts, because every sort has a different protecting effect on our body. And that's why the variety is so sensible. So the picking of the ripest stages is possible for us because we don't care what the tomato or apple or papaya looks like once we put it into the product, into capsules. But for a supermarket, it does matter, because nobody would like to buy munchy tomato juice in Dubai. So everything you find in a supermarket in these countries, even in Europe, has been traveling a long time and a long way. And sometimes we don't even know how long it was. It's not like days, sometimes it's years being stored somewhere until we can buy it. And that explains why some fruits, let's say oranges you buy around Christmas time in Europe, don't taste like anything. They just taste like water. So let me get back to the point. They pick the fruits and veggies at the ripest stages because of the best effects these are going to have. And then the actual production happens. And this is the ingenious process. They simply clean the fruits and vegetables and they munch them. They make a pulp out of it. They squash them. It's not like juicing. It's not like making a smoothie or something. A juicing process would mean you take, let's say, what we do, what we all know how to do it. We take an orange, cut it in half, and squeeze out the juice. Excuse me. What do you have then? It is water plus sugar plus some things in the fruit, which makes it taste like an orange. But the pulp, the valuable, the precious things, like things that sit right underneath the peel, you don't have, because the juice wouldn't look so nice. What we do is we simply take the whole fruit, squash it, and then press it through sieves, so the pits and the big pieces are out of it, and the fibers are being filtered out that way. And then they simply is not so simple, but they take this pulp, the whole fruit practically, and shock frost it. The difference is between freezing and shock frosting. Everybody who has lived in a country with temperatures below zero, they know those potholes in the street in the winter. They pop up because the water goes into the pavement and it freezes slowly and it expands, and that's why streets break, and that's why the structures crack of a road maybe. But the same thing is happening if you take an apple and deep freeze it in your deep freezer at home. It's too slow, so water expands and breaks the structures. That means the vitamins and the live structures like phytonutrients, they're broken and not working anymore. Different if you shock frost it. It's happening within a split second, so it does like, and there it is. It's just deep frozen. The moment it's being brought into these temperatures. And then they lower the pressure close to vacuum and raise it again slowly. That means the water flushes out. And with the water, the sugars, because sugar is obviously water soluble. So what we have in the end is a powder of vitamins. We know 13 kinds by definition, hundreds of thousands of phytonutrients which work together with the vitamins. And we have live enzymes, very important, because these enzymes guarantee that the phytonutrients are being absorbed into our cells. And obviously the minerals and trace elements. So if you draw a bottom line underneath it, we have the whole fruit in its full effect without sugar and without fibers. And these powders are being transported into either Lugano in Switzerland for us, also in Dubai, under vacuum in big, huge tons, or into Southern California for a certain reason. In Switzerland and in California, the standards concerning food preservation and pharmaceuticals are the highest in the world. Juice Plus is by no means a pharmaceutical, but still takes these standards. And in these two places, they're being mixed and blended. And only Juice Plus is processed in these factories, in these plants, and nothing else. So it's always clean. And then get back to the beginning of the little journey I took you with me. It's 30 kinds of fruits and vegetables in a capsule. Simple as that. And it's written down there, it's third-party tested. That means for everybody to know, Juice Plus has been tested by universities. And Susie is going to explain why this is so important for us to know. It has been tested by the company itself, obviously, because we need to know what's happening and we need to show what's happening. But this is not so credible if we test ourselves and tell people. More credible and a higher credibility is reached by independent, and this is what we call third-party testing, by independent trials. And the best case would be these trials done with the actual product, so with Juice Plus itself on us, humans. So we know, and this the proof of the pudding is the eating. So if you eat Juice Plus, it's working inside of your body as if you ate real foods, fruits, vegetables, and berries, but simply without sugar. Big advantage. So this is the process of making Juice Plus. And if you're interested, there is movie clips on YouTube. You can find John Blair, who's the head of the science department of production, speaking about it. You find video clips of some farms. And Stefan, for instance, he went to Lugano to see the mixing plant himself, to be introduced into it, and must have been very impressive. I will see it someday too, but so far I prefer to travel to Dubai in between.
Herbie, there was someone raising its hand. There's another question.
Yes, please.
So Daniela, I think. Do you have a question? Okay, so
Question has been replied to. Very
okay, so we go to the next slide. Okay.
This is nice to see. This is a picture showing you the places which the Juice Plus company has as company either by contract or by property as plantations, and you see it's widely spread. And nice to know is the fact that the company buys these orchards or has them under contract, and before they pick the fruits and vegetables and use them for Juice Plus, they let them sit for several years and just flush the soil, so we know not even the roots are picking up anything we don't want in our product. So it's very interesting, and it's a huge enterprise. And here you can see the different sorts of fruits and vegetables. You don't have to memorize it right now because it's on the website anyways. And you can check it out there and see what exactly is being put into the Juice Plus capsules. And it is not about coincidence, because these are this is the combination of fruits and vegetables with the highest concentration of nutrients. So that's why they don't put cucumbers into it, because a cucumber doesn't deliver you very much. And just please go to the website and check out the different sorts, which you will find on the cans as well, and which you will find in the little leaflets and pamphlets inside of the boxes. So we're very open about this, and everybody should know what he has.
Mm-hmm. Okay, thanks, Herbie. So are there any questions about all this? No. Okay. So if there are any questions, we can also use later on the chat to, we will go through all your comments. And so what I would like to go on with are one of the major reasons that makes Juice Plus so unique, because there's no other food supplement in the world where so many different trials have done with, and trials with the actual product done with humans. And there are different fields of interest they have done this trials with. So about the immune system, it's proven that it boosts the immune system, that the DNA breakage is less under the intake of Juice Plus, that improves your skin, hair, and nails. For example, by just that the blood transportation within the tissue is better than without Juice Plus, and also that it's beneficial for the gums and teeth, that it reduces the oxidative stress, and that's really beneficial to all the cardiovascular system. What's important about to know this is that Juice Plus is nothing you are taking against a special illness or against symptoms. What Juice Plus does, that it improves the natural function of your metabolism and of the organs in your body. And if you have any problems that result of a lack of phytonutrients, then these symptoms will probably improve after the intake of Juice Plus. So what we are observing, for example, if you have problems with bleeding gums, for example, or bad skin or thin hair, and these problems are related to a lack of phytonutrients, of minerals, or vitamins, or special enzymes, and you start with the intake of Juice Plus on a regular basis, then these symptoms will probably vanish after a while. And some people are so enthusiastic about the positive results after the intake of Juice Plus that they get the impression, okay, it probably will help me against cancer or arthritis or other diseases. But that's not really true, because what Juice Plus does is that it just stabilizes your whole metabolism. And so this is really an important difference between pharmaceutical products. That's not what Juice Plus is. It's just fruits and vegetable, and it does in your body all the good things that fruits and vegetables are also doing if you would eat it in this amount and in this quality on a daily basis. So again, it just bridges the gap between what you should eat and what you actually can manage to eat, but it doesn't replace good food or fruits and vegetables. So you should still eat as much fruits and vegetables as possible, but you should also take Juice Plus, so just to bridge the gap. Okay, for me, it was really one major reason that all these studies exist, because I wanted to be sure that it's safe to give Juice Plus to my children. They were really small at the time when I got to know Juice Plus. They were only 5 to 6 years old, and I just wanted to be sure that it's safe to give them Juice Plus. And because of all the studies and trials that have been done with the product so far, and because it's so long on the market for over 25 years, I just felt sure and safe to give this to my children. Okay, and Here it pops up the pregnancy trial. This is one of the trials I really love. It's just an observation study done with about 30 women taking Juice Plus over a while during their pregnancy. And it was able to show that the women won't have that much problems during their pregnancy, and that the babies will be they gave birth to won't have any problems at all after that. And there was a big difference between the pregnancies of women with Juice Plus and without. So I'm telling every lady who wants to be pregnant or is already, just start with Juice Plus, because it's important to support your the baby with all the good coming out of juice and veggies. Okay, and what for me, I'm a biologist, and so what I'm looking at is if you're the trials are done, are they actually published? And they are different journals in the world, and some are regarded as rather ridiculous stuff, and others are really high-level science literature. And so the company is really proud that the studies done with Juice Plus are actually placed in really, really well-known journals, and that are market leaders or really, really good journals that are regarded as highest level science in the world. For example, the British Journal of Nutrition, or Nutrition and Metabolism, or these are really good journals that actually printed the studies done with Juice Plus. Okay, and here in Germany we have the Children's Health Study. It's not available in Dubai so far, but it's done with over 1.5 million families. And what they did was tracing the habits of the children when they are offered Juice Plus, and what they were able to show is that after a while the children would stop eating that much fast food and soft drinks, and because some of the parents told me, okay, is it sort of just a silly solution to give my children this fruit and vegetable powder and don't give them real fruits? But the children really start changing their eating habits after giving Juice Plus for a while, and they just start behaving differently than other children. And actually they had this 66% of children were visiting less, had less doctor's visits after a while. So that is really good results coming out of this children's health study. Okay, Herbie, would you like to continue at this point with the complete that we are offering also?
Yes, certainly. I don't think it's necessary to get into the details like ingredients of complete, but what we have to understand is it's one of the very few 100% vegan and 100% clean protein shakes, so obviously plant-based. And the big difference between what we see in complete and what you guys do see in a fitness studio of these shakes is that in a fitness studio, and you see many of those, everything is actually dairy based, which is complete, obviously not. And they just deliver proteins to kind of fill up your stomach and to give you a little energy for a certain period of time. What complete delivers is a fully balanced meal concerned the essential fats and proteins and carbohydrates, long chain carbohydrates, to mention at this point. So what we have in complete is a fully balanced meal, healthy as hardly possible to cook yourself, at 8 dirhams per serving. So a full meal for 8 dirhams is really hard to get. And what we can do with it is, of course, healthy, quick meals for kids. My son has it every morning as a plant-based breakfast before kindergarten. And he's very happy to have it because he likes it shaken up with milk. Not with milk. Of course, not with milk, but with water. And it's, I think it's okay. I prefer a mixture of half water and half mango juice. That's just delicious. And I like almond milk and these kind of things too. So you might want to try that. And so we have something there. And if kids after school, for instance, go to sports practice to play sports, they need a quick meal. And a slice of bread or a banana sometimes won't do. And here you have something that's really tasty. And the kids have enough energy and healthy energy as a pre-exercise thing and after exercise, of course, too. So it's very handy to have it with you. So I'm telling you this because that is a certain segment of our market, too. And what we can offer to people sitting in the office is what we call office food on the run, because mostly it is like a manager or a lawyer or whoever has to work in an office. They don't have so much time to go and eat healthily. So they eat what the either the canteen is offering, or they ask somebody to pick something up somewhere at let's say 7-Eleven or so. And that's always not the best thing you can have. And here we offer a complete meal, quick in, 220 calories if you shake it up by definition with milk, which you don't have to do. And it's low in calories and high in value. That's one of the reasons why complete, especially in combination with Juice Plus, is well accepted in the field of sports. For people who do like leisure sports or part-time sports or whatever they want to call it, like going to sports like twice, 3 times a week, it's a perfect pre-exercise energizer. And after a post-exercise refill for your cells, because the amino acids help building your muscles and help keeping up your muscle mass, just as other proteins do too. But this one is a plant-based protein, so obviously much healthier than the other stuff you see. And if you think about fully balanced meals with low calories and high value, if you fit that into a 3-meal concept, plus you have the vitamins and phytonutrients in Juice Plus free of sugar, plus you have a PT running this program, you have a very effective and very healthy weight loss program. And we don't call this diet, because dieting is something which I personally experience as very terrible, because you look at your scales or you look at your belly and your belly tells you, oh, Herbie, you need to lose 15 kilograms. And then you start some Monday and, well, you do it like usually done. Eat the half of it, of what you eat normally, or exchange some things, or whatever you do. And after 3 weeks, 4 weeks, your scales tell you, Herbie, well done. And what do you do then? Back to normal, or whatever you do. It's probably going to be a tough task to keep up your weight at that point in time. So what we do is not diet. What we do is changing the eating habits and eating experience by exchanging unhealthy food with healthy food solutions. By exchanging expensive things like 7-Eleven with price-worthy, low-calorie, and tasty shakes. And this is why we don't see the yo-yo effect if people stick to the program and if people communicate well with their PTs. And if you think about that aspect, like offering a high quality together with a personal trainer to people and sense of weight loss, especially in the market of the GCC. You might want to speak to PTs who are specialized in this field and who are credible, or nutritionists about this point of diet. And you will experience, if this person is well informed, they're going to like this idea, because it's not a diet, and we don't do diets. We do healthy eating and changing eating habits for a lifetime, preferably. So that's what we can do with Complete, especially in combination with Juice Plus. And from my point of view, Complete is provenly one of the best in quality shakes in the world you can find in this market. And I compared many of them, especially in my former sports career. Most of them don't taste so good at all, and you don't want to have it every day. You might want to use it as something once in a while. Oh, we have a question here from Louise. Okay, the booster. Yes, the company offers something which is called the booster. I just want to explain quickly what it is. The booster itself doesn't necessarily have anything to do with weight loss. What the booster does is to increase your feeling of being happy and satisfied. It's, so to speak, a eating satisfaction enhancer, and nothing more. It consists of glucomannan. That is such a thing, like you might want to see it as a picture like cotton, and it kind of stores water in a very high amount, so your stomach feels filled up, and it has a little caffeine in it, so your system, your metabolism is working like on a higher rate. And it has some green tea extract in it also, which is a strong antioxidant. So that's helpful for people who have really big trouble surviving 5 hours without food. But the program works with or without the booster. And the booster is just a very tricky and helpful aid in the process. And I am sure the company will introduce the booster sooner or later, but the next step, what the company is going to introduce, is the vegan and sugar-free gummy bears first, and the booster and the bars afterwards. So the moment I know something about the dates, I will let you know. And we heard that the children health study will be, or should be, and we know how Dubai is, it takes time, should be in place towards end of the summer, end of the year, some point of time around that. So any more questions concerning that? Is that a good reply to you, Louise? Is that fine for you?
Yeah, that's fine. If I wanted to order some boosters now, I could order them in London and get them delivered, yeah?
Well, then you have to have somebody who carries it in a suitcase with them, because they're not approved of in Dubai. So it would be kind of a private booster trafficking what you do. But we have done it before. So in case you really want to try it, we're going to see that you have some. But
what about shop and ship?
Well, yeah, go ahead and do it, because they're not heavy. Then you have a way to do it. But I would just advise you or ask you not to kind of do some sales with it, because that might get us all into trouble. If you have somebody who wants to try it desperately, well, I can bring some next time, or you can have it sent to your place. And I guess the easiest way is is to have one of us bring it with them, and
Okay.
we can buy it into your ID number, so we have it in our place, and then I'm going to bring it. Like I'm going to bring some stuff for Sarah next time too, because I have to pack food.
Okay, so I stopped the presentation right